What's crack-a-lackin'? How y'all doing today? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today was a very volatile day, very crazy day. If you were trading on emotions, you must have lost your whole stuff, right? Your whole shit. Because man, it was down in the morning, then it ripped, and then the Fed spoke, and then it ripped again, and the whole market ripped, right? And everyone's like kind of like, holy crap, what's going on? But I do have to go over some information on why we had this crazy day today, right? That's why you have to keep track of the major news, right? The macro picture, the micro picture. That's how the markets move, right? Based on a lot of things. It's not just one or two things that control the market. And yeah, I watched the whole thing, and I really liked what he said in there. I do believe he was very, optimistic. He's trying to get everything back kind of to how it was, right? And he said it's going to take some time. It's not moving as fast as he expected it to, and it's going to get fixed over time, right, is what he's thinking. He wasn't expecting things like the new variants, right, and then the lack of labor, right, the labor shortages, and then the chain supply. He also thought that when the stimulus money was going to run out for the people, that they would want to go back to work. But there was a lot of things that happened around that time, right? So let's jump straight into this information, guys, because I think we got the catalyst that we need. And I think a lot of these stocks that are shorted to hell, right, they're going to explode here, not just AMC. All right, let's move it here. Can start off with the news, guys, that I'm talking about here. There's a lot of articles that are coming out right now. This one's from Yahoo. So stock market news live update. Stocks turn positive as traders eye Fed decision to speed up tapering. Okay. Let me explain what happened. So stocks reversed course to rise Wednesday afternoon as investors mulled the Federal Reserve's final monetary policy decision of 2021, which came against a backdrop of persistent inflationary pressures. The S&P 500 and the Dow turned positive after spending much of the trading day earlier in the red, right? And let's move on a little more. So all eyes on Wednesday were on the Federal Reserve's policy statement in this. The Fed announced that it was speeding the withdrawal of its crisis-era stimulus programs. The Fed ramped up the rate of tapering of its asset purchases program to $30 billion per month. All right, guys. So what this is for us as the apes, the retail investors, I think this is good for us because on the other side, the hedge funds and the big banks and all that stuff, they were getting money from the government. So in my head, this is why they've been able to fight us off for so long, because they actually had stimulus money that was still coming in. And what he announced today, guys, is that they're going to stop doing that, right, eventually. And then they're also going to start, the banks and all, they're going to start raising interest rates and starting, I believe, like maybe March of next year. So if you're buying a house or a car next year, guys, probably going to be more expensive, right? Way more on top of inflation, right? So it's not good for the overall economy, I would say, right? The inflation is out of control. And everyone sees it, right? It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. I mean, if you're going to the grocery store, if you're pouring gas or whatever, the prices are rising by a lot. And they said you can kind of expect that to continue until maybe spring or summer of next year. And so in my head, this is why investing is good, right? How do you fight inflation? You have to fight and you have to invest in growing stocks and growth and value stocks, right? So previously, the Fed's asset purchasing program took place at a rate of $120 billion per month in combined treasuries and agency mortgage-backed securities from the start of the pandemic through November. Last month, the Fed began dialing back these purchases by $15 billion and announced another $15 billion reduction for December. All right, so that's just what I wanted to point out. You can, of course, look up a lot of articles are coming out on this today, and yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. And here we go. This is what one of the, top analysts or whatever, or like a financial advisor said. He said, we anticipate 2022 is going to be very much like 2021, where you really want to have a balance between growth and value. And in my opinion, guys, AMC is definitely a value stock because this is the normal price that it has been trading at is between $40 and $50. And right now it's sitting at $24.52 just because of all the past, incidents that have happened and the bad news. Okay, now we're going to jump into the chart because we do have some stuff to look at. It did break this trend, right, that we had yesterday. I was hoping it would follow this trend, but I'm actually just going to erase it because I want to show you guys, this is the 2-minute chart, right? We're super close right now. What I want to point out is these higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so this is from down here, right? So we touched this $20 bottom, and then we're making our way back up. Okay, so that's what you want to see. That's a sign of strength, guys. We're showing a lot of strength right now. Okay, so today was actually way better than I expected, of course. But in my opinion, guys, look, we're right back. This is right back where we need to be right now. With this catalyst that we got today, it's definitely showing a sign of strength. Remember, I was pointing out the RSI. Look, it's starting to make its way back up. Okay, I expect this to easily move back to the 30s, 40s, right? Once we get this RSI move coming up and the volume kicks in, I think the next week or so we're gonna see some heavy volume. All right. And right now AMC is at 2466. The volume for the day was 52 million, and slightly in the green, right? So screw all the shorts, man. We don't care about them, right? And they're gonna get burned. Just a matter of time, guys. And the MACD is still the same down here. We're waiting for this cross to happen, because when the orange is on top, guys, that's when you see the bullish pressure come in, right? And we see the stock price go up. That's one thing. And then I'm gonna go to the order flow. Today the order flow looked pretty good, guys. So people are definitely stacking up their shares. Look at this. So we have 242 million versus 209. All right. So large, even the institutions are stacking up their shares, right? Accumulation, as the other YouTubers also saying, I back them up, right? Because I believe and I see a lot of the same things that they see. And when I record and stuff, and then I watch a couple of the videos, and we're almost saying all the same thing, guys. That's not planned, right? It's just because of what the chart and the information is saying. So medium 173 versus 159, and then 67. Let's go, apes! Woo! Picking up shares. Look at all this green, guys. This is the past 5 days. So there's no reason why the stock price should be down. Look at all this money that's coming into here, right? 67 versus 50, guys, right? So you can probably tell some people are getting back in. If they got out, they're like, you know what, I'm gonna get back in. And I do believe this is a good catalyst for this that could set this all off, right? Because if the hedge funds have their investors pull out money, if they stop getting money from the government, right, the banks and all that, they're gonna have to pay up what they owe. They might not have anything left, guys, right? Just saying. And then here, look at this. This is the daily AMC chart, guys. The last thing I want to point out with the chart, look, we have this pattern, right? You see this dump, and you get these. All we need is a big green candle, guys. We see this. We're in the same right there, that fractal, that pattern, right? That cycle theory, everything. It's just more extended. But tomorrow, guys, if we get this confirmation of this green candle, guys, you better strap in, guys. Buckle up. All right. It's all going to be in the volume. What we do see, what you want to see, right? In the volume right here, what I got to point out, let me put this down. Let's zoom in. Let's see if I can get it over here. All right. Well, the volume is rising, guys. That's what you want to see. The green bars start to take over the red, and that's indicating a bullish pattern, a bullish reversal, right? And we still have the potential of the Santa Claus rally as well. Okay. So of course I'm paying attention to the volume levels here. Like I said, you know, we had a lot of red here. I expect to start to see the volume increase and the green increase. Okay. And what's crazy about this, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, guys. I would love to see the move happen tomorrow, but we have a lot of potential here for gas if this price starts moving up and they're not hedged for, right? If the people who wrote the contracts, they expected this to go down, then they need to buy back those shares, which would increase the price even faster. And it's all like a snowball effect, right? With the options chain, if it gets going. And I'm not gonna go over any other like news articles on AMC. Don't believe the FUD guy. You got to stick to your conviction. The fact that Adam Aaron sold shares, whatever, right? Because back in the day when Wanda sold their shares, guys, a few weeks later, they probably wish they didn't because they sold them at like $12. And remember, we ripped to $72. All right, so I expect this next move to go past 100, no doubt in my mind, right? We'll have to see what happens after that, but it's coming, guys, in my opinion. Not a financial advisor, not financial advice. Do not make your financial decisions based on my decisions or information in my videos, right? Do your own due diligence. And that's why I named this channel, right? You can always come here for the information. But that's what I got for you guys on AMC. Now let's go ahead and talk about Lucid, right? Lucid is following a beautiful pattern here. It's doing the same thing. It bounced already respected this master trend line a couple times, and it's making its way back up. This is a Fibonacci level that I have right here, so you can see that it's moving its way back up to the other master trend line. What I expect to see is that we want to see this gap be filled, right? So I scooped up some shares today at $41 because now I have confidence. And then remember that they got added to the NASDAQ 100. So that they said that by December 20th, they're going to start buying shares for the folders, all right, to put them into the folders. So I'm going to expect this to fill this gap, no problem. And then we'll have to see what happens in this trading range, right? If it gets that push that it gets from the NASDAQ, then you can best believe it's going to go back up to this channel. All right, that's if you're bullish, which I'm very bullish right now. I don't see this coming back down. We already got through this bad news, right? We're what we were expecting with the Fed. Everyone was anxious, and I think the whole market took it as a good thing because it was already priced in, is what the theory is. And now this is not new news, right? This is what we're expecting. You know, they said they're going to raise interest rates about 3 times next year, which is not a lot, to be honest, because sometimes they raise them like 8, 10 times, all right? So 3 is the expected, and I think that's why there was this positive reaction. All right, so we'll look at the order flow. And the volume was 59 million. Average right now for 3 months is 75 million, right? And order flow, so you can see, whoa, a lot of big institutions selling today, 34 to 5. We had 300 versus 218, and then 255 to 227. So a lot of outflow today, guys. But like I said, I expect the NASDAQ 100, you know, those buys to help a lot. And it'll hopefully push it up here. If you're bearish, well, it's going to come down to another, you can consider this might be a bounce, right? Fake out. And then it would just continue on this downtrend to this area. But I really don't believe that's going to happen, guys. And then let's see, Lucid. Yeah, as you can expect, there's going to be a lot of news articles that are going to come out on Lucid, a lot of positive news articles, right? So we have another website, Motor Authority, and they're just, you know, raving about the specifications, the horsepower, the battery, right? All the good stuff. It's also talking about how fast you can charge it. All this stuff we've gone over, right? We do know all this information. If you've been watching my videos in the past, you know, I try to give you as much detailed information as I can. And we'll go down a little bit to show you this. And they're just basically comparing it, of course, to the Mercedes, the Benz, because of the interior, you know, and it's the hyper screen, the dashboard, the way it looks. And it's Tesla's also minimalism, right? They try to keep it real clean. And the dashboard features 3 screens, right? 2 of which there's one here, one here, one here. And I saw a video that was pretty cool where you can like move the action that you're doing here to this screen or this screen. So if you have a navigation going, right, you can actually type the address down here and whatnot. It's got a lot of tech, guys. It makes it easier for you. You can look at the car inside and out, right? It's got a lot of cool stuff. And yesterday we went over how the CEO, you know, he likes to take jabs at Elon. And he definitely did in that interview. And they're just talking about if it has the luxury, you know, to compete and the charging and all that, right? And in my opinion, it does. And you can check back on January 3rd if you want with this. And they're going to announce the champs. Oh, I don't know what happened here. So on January 3rd, they said they're going to do a competition between 3 cars, and they're going to see if Lucid wins. All right. Let's see if I could pull that up. So yeah, just continue to expect to see a lot of articles. Here you go. So they're gonna see if the Lucid Air will be named the Motor Authority best car to buy in 2022. Right. Okay, let's move on now, guys. We got to talk about BITFARMS real quick. And BITFARMS, you know, this again is what you want to see when you see a reversal. Today, you know, it had decent volume at 10 million. The price is currently 520. And after all this down action, guys, I mean, I want to see a reversal. Like I said, I think this is a great point because it just loves to trade in this channel here, right? So let's go ahead and chart a little bit. Let's zoom in. Okay, because I want to point out, you see this cup and handle. That's a very bullish pattern, and you can look it up, but it's a very bullish common pattern, right? So it played it out perfect, showing strength. And to me, you know, this is what you want to see again. It's doing the same thing. Higher highs, higher lows, which is showing the strength, right? Yeah, they haven't announced any news, but definitely in the next few weeks. And Bitcoin and crypto actually reacted very well to the Fed news today. My crypto portfolio is looking good, which will tie into Loopring right now, okay? Because Loopring is making a little move to the upside as well. Yeah, so BitFarms, right? It's been down, pulled down by a lot of reasons. I don't see it going down any further. Like I said, it's showing signs of strength here, okay? So we can go ahead. The first level we want to see it make its way back to is going to be this one. Because remember, there's just cycles, guys, that happens here, right? It's just the market likes to work in cycles. So let's hope for this reversal, and we're gonna start to see this action make its way this way. And yeah, let's just go ahead and continue our patterns here, our lines. Break it down. Boom, hit that. And now we're gonna draw another one. Hopefully we're gonna follow this coming trend line. So that's the first goal here, guys. Okay. And of course, if Bitcoin continues what it's doing, it's gonna have no issue, in my opinion, making its way back up to this side. The order flow real quick. We got 8.4 versus 8.7. Medium orders were dominant, and not a lot of retail scooping up shares, but the medium orders is what pushed it up today. Okay. Cool. Let's hope they drop some good news soon. But that's all I got for BitFarms right now. And Loopring, guys. Let's touch on Loopring. There's a lot of bullish signs right here. Again, the reaction was that it's going to move to the upside. The market cap went up to 3 billion. Low volume, as I can see right here in the past 24 hours. But most of it is buys, guys. 61% buys versus 39% sell. Again, I think this is going to go at least to $5 or more based on the new technology that they're bringing to the crypto market, and based on the fact that they're going to release a partnership, hopefully with GameStop. That's the rumor. And they're going to launch this NFT marketplace where you can go and trade NFTs, right? Because NFTs are just starting out. They got really hot. They might have cooled off a little bit, but going into the 2022, right, in the New Year's, I believe they're going to do pretty well, right? I continue to do pretty well. They're going to be more uses for them. You're going to see it from the NFL, from the NBA, from movies, where they use the NFTs in multiple ways, and they can use it to sell you a ticket, right? Because that way, if they sell you a game ticket, it's protected. It's the only one. It has a code and everything that you're not going to see those scalpers in the street. You're not going to be able to buy fake tickets anymore, right? And then we're looking at Loopring here, and it's holding its major move, guys, right? It's bouncing off this Fibonacci level, respected the trend line, the master trend line. This is like a daily chart. This is zoomed out, okay? But what you want to see is it just start to make volume come in and money come in and start to push this back up to hopefully break this all-time high, all right? And of course, it needs a catalyst, most likely, right? I mean, that's what pushes things. I didn't find any new news. I think it's been a couple of days since this news came out. I'm sure they're working on something right now. And again, if you want to go to their Twitter, guys, this is the way I like to stay the most up to date with Loopring and crypto. And if not, Crypto Panic. And what I want to show you here is that Bitcoin rallies above 49K following the Fed news announcement of the rate hikes in 2022, right? And so that's what I want to see, this reversal. Hopefully this downtrend for the whole market is coming to an end, guys. And let me just switch this up just so we could close this out. All right, perfect, guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for subscribing. To the new people, shout out, guys, as always. And I hope to see you in tomorrow's video. And I'll bring, the best information, the newest information, as I like to watch the pre-market, the post-market, guys. I like to stay in tune with what's going on, okay? So I could bring it to you guys here on the channel, all right? So it's D's Daily DD, and I'm out.